Morning, y'all. Late start today. It is about 10:45 on Tuesday, December 2nd. And I'm trying to decide if this is Vlogmas. Vlogmas is where I vlog every day of December. Could be Vlogmas. We'll see. I have a nice little pool happening on my deck with the furniture cover. And there's like a little river right there. So it's a gloomy day, cold. You know what that means? It's coffee time. Let's go. So today I'm going to get back to it with the songwriting. I really got to get some ideas down, get some songs done. I just want this to be good. I want the producer that we're working with to be like stoked, be like, oh, these are great. We're going to turn these into awesome rock songs. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach it a little differently today. I'm just going to record some acoustic stuff and maybe even just on voice notes, but just get like a good performance, you know, instead of just me humming and sort of, you know, flubbing the guitar and stuff. Like actually figure it out first and then throw it down, you know, and just see if that works, and maybe that'll be something that's like, okay, well, because like I said, like I don't like to leave anything for the imagination. I like to have it like fully thought out and done, and part of that is what slows me down for sure, and I realize that. But you know, I just don't want people, I always worry about people not having a good enough imagination to be able to see the end result, to hear the end result. And maybe with an acoustic demo, it's just, I don't know. It might just get the juices flowing. It might, you know, maybe with an acoustic demo or a voice note, it'll be, you know, not produced at all. It'll just be this little raw thing. And sometimes really cool ideas can come from that. So, you know, I'm not too worried about that as far as like other people hearing it and, you know, wondering if it'll be a good song or not. I think I just want to be concerned with like getting the hook and maybe a verse and like just the showcasing the melodies and stuff like that. Coffee's done. Let's go, baby. Made spaghetti last night. It is Taco Tuesday. I hate waking up this late. I do. Usually I'm up at like 5:45, 6:30, you know, with the kids for school, and then I'm just up. But even on like the weekends, I like to wake up like 8 because it's just have more time to do things, you know. Just announced a tour with our friends, Article Sound System, and I had to get a couple posts up. Didn't realize that posts weren't ready, so I'm figuring that out. And I gotta get a haircut. I gotta leave in like 25 minutes for a haircut. What's up, guys? We just announced our little run in March of 2026 with our friends Article Sound System. And that's how you do it right there.
Laylo texting service. You received the code just a little bit ago.
It's like that all the time, guys. I gotta, you know, just things constantly in motion, things always moving. It's like one second you're just kind of sitting there chilling. The next thing it's like, all right, we gotta do these like 11 things right now. So pretty good rollout. Otherwise, I'll say we had the Laylo texting all set and everything. That we did have auto posts that did go out. I just found out, but I had to make some little content to push because I always forget to do that, honestly. Anyway, all right, I have to go get a haircut. Switch to the Osmo Action 5 Pro because it's raining. It's gonna rain. And that glass is too expensive on those Sony cams. So anyway, yeah, I've been needing to trim for probably like a couple weeks now. Been really thinking about it. All right, so we got the March tour announced. We have the January shows announced. It's looking like I'm gonna go down and do a tattoo party for my friend Robbie Ripple. He was one of the Ink Master guys down in South Florida. So it's looking like I'll do my shows down in Florida with Aurora Wave, another great band. You should check them out, friends of ours. And then I'll stick around for this tattoo shop party. And then I'll get to finish my sleeve. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that. So I'm gonna go do this haircut, and then Halo has rehearsal for her musical all week. She was there last night. They've been working for a couple months. They spent 2 or 3 months working on the musical. And then they do this big, Christmas musical downtown, and it's a lot of fun. She's a natural, man. She's really good. She remembers her lines. She just hits it all. The timing is great. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of fun to watch her, man. I'm super proud. Like, out of both my kids, she's like the artist. Like, my son is a little entrepreneur, a little businessman. He's 15 years old. Every day he's asking me about stocks and index funds, and tells me how he's got this revenue coming in. The kid makes money on TikTok, and like, it's pretty incredible. Like, he just set all this stuff up himself. He's very driven, and he's he takes initiative, and he sort of jumps in with both feet, but that's how I am. I'm a little more weird about when it's like money stuff, but like he's down to like do the work to learn, about the finance stuff, because I was not into finance at all. I didn't even learn about finances until I was 40, like really how it all works. Just enough to being able to pay my taxes, and being an independent artist, self-employed, you have to know the right amount of money to take out every time you get paid. I usually do 25 to 30% that I put aside every time I get paid, and then that's how I pay my taxes. In 2020, I was just doing what I was normally doing. Got all the way to September, so that was 9 months of not putting aside money for taxes. And I started learning about it over the pandemic, just because there was nothing else to do, right? We weren't playing, we weren't doing anything. So I learned about finance, and I'm really glad I did, because I immediately started picking up a bunch of acoustic shows. I did like 3 months of acoustic shows solo at like parties, these little COVID parties with like high top table setups, all the things we had to do during COVID for public events. And luckily I did, because I ended up bringing in a bunch of money, and most of it went to pay off this huge tax bill that I'd been racking up that whole year. It was crazy. So I was like, never again, never gonna do that again. So yeah, it's just wild that he's into that. He's into like learning about this stuff, and I'm proud of him. It's great. My kids are awesome. I love Havre de Grace, man. I love this town. Married here. I've gone to the bars here. Spent money here in this little town. We've done our Halloween shows here a couple years in a row. I got married right there. You can't see it, it's down that hill there. It's just great, man. It's just a nice little town. They just redid the streets. Kind of widened the streets a little bit. It just looks really nice. I don't normally go this way, but I figured since since I'm doing the vlog, I'll show you guys around a bit. When I was a kid, when I was in 4th grade, came here to this, it's the cannery, and they did a big like haunted house here one year, and it was awesome, man. Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, just everybody. It was incredible. That was 1988, something like that. Oof. Wild. You ever get a chance, man, come check out Havre de Grace, Maryland. It's a very cool little town. A lot of history too. Al Capone used to come here. Pretty sure George Washington came through here. This was like a really happening spot back in the 1700s. Havre de Grace means Harbor of Grace, and it was named by the French. Lafayette was a soldier from France. He used to come here all the time. He loved it. Yeah, man. All right, stopping in here at Angel's, gonna get a haircut. I'll probably leave the camera in the car again. I don't like filming in like little public spots. Like, I don't want to make people feel weird. I mean, kind of talked about that yesterday, but you know what I mean. All right, see you in a bit. We're back. All right, it's done. It's all messy, of course. I'm gonna get a shower and stuff, and yeah, do whatever else. For some reason today is like stupid busy. I've never been on the phone this much, like phone calls. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, gonna go home and see what else there is to do. Halo's gotta be at her rehearsal in about 3 hours. I gotta make dinner. So yeah. Another long day so far. It's only 7:20 right now, and I've just been doing dad stuff. I made dinner, had to go get the haircut, had to make a bunch of phone calls. It's like all these things like keeping me away from writing. So I finished dinner. My wife's still in the shower. I just figured I'd run down here real quick, and I had this idea. You know, it's wild how the inspiration just like comes from nowhere. You know, like I get a lot of inspiration when I'm in the shower. I don't know if it's because of the white noise, you know, probably has something to do with it, but it's just real peaceful and calm, and it's like quiet otherwise, and it just, the ideas just flow, you know. I feel like maybe that means I need to get into like a tank and float for a bit, and just, you know, and maybe have like take my phone in the tank with me and just hit the voice notes, press record. Yeah, just trying to figure out. I gotta come up with some bangers, man. And that was cool. That was a cool little. I titled it "Uplifting Pop Punk," so you know that could be something fun. And then I definitely want to do. I don't want to get too like try to go too like I don't know out there. Maybe I want to like. There's not a ton of demos yet, but I'm feeling like it's like kind of getting away from the main vision, and part of that is just me throwing down every idea that I have, and they're not always going to be consistent. It's not always going to sound the same. Like I have weird ideas, man, for different types of songs, and so I feel like you just have to get those ideas out, and it's a process, because it's like you're talking about setting up Pro Tools session, programming some drums, playing some guitar, some bass, kind of trying things out, re-recording things, doing something different than what you did, you know, just trying to come up with an arrangement, maybe try to write some lyrics, and all that takes hours, you know. And it's like I'm gonna try to maybe make myself just play to record voice notes, and you know, with an acoustic, and then if anything really sticks out, I'll take that and go to Pro Tools with it, which, you know, I have done in the past, but it's just like you sort of like you get lost a little bit, lost in the sauce, as they say. So I don't know, I'm just, you know, trying to figure out the best workflow. My workflow has always been just go. You know, like that's my whole approach to everything. It's just go, just do it, just get into it. And yeah, so anyway, super fun.